Welcome to the New Entrepreneurs Virtual Conference. In this first session, I would like to give an introduction about this conference today and about the New Entrepreneurs Project. And of course, first off, I would like to explain or introduce myself and the Hanse Parlament. My name is Max Hogeforster. I represent the Hanse Parlament, and we've been coordinating the New Entrepreneur Project for almost 3 years now. The New Entrepreneur Project has been co-funded by the European Commission under the Erasmus Plus program. So first off, I would like to give you an overview. Who are we? What is the Hanse Parlament doing? Well, the Hanse Parlament has been working since 2004. Our main goal is always to support the local enterprises, the small and medium-sized enterprises precisely. We are a network of more than 55 chambers of craft, chambers of commerce, and similar associations, always with the clear goal to help the local small businesses. We joined forces with 20 universities since 2010, so now we are a network of more than 78 institutions and represent around 525 small and medium-sized enterprises in the region. We want to develop a strong, innovative economic region of world standing, especially by promoting the small and medium-sized enterprises. Why are the small and medium-sized enterprises so important? Well, you might have heard that 99% of all companies in Europe are small and medium-sized enterprises, meaning they have less than 250 employees. But they also provide up to 70% of all jobs and 80% of all training positions. And especially during the economic crisis in 2008, it was clear that the only growth that came was coming from the small and medium-sized enterprises. They're family-owned and often responsibly managed. So if you are the owner of a small company with maybe 5 or 10 employees, you think twice about relocating your business to maybe a lower labor cost country in China or somewhere else, because you're locally bound and you're rooted in the region. So that's why we think it's very important to help these companies. We have different measures by doing this. We had language courses, design workshop, matchmaking events. We set up virtual company registers. We did many seminars on how to start your own business, how to internationalize yourself, set up business forums, wrote policy papers, and have a lot of exchange with the policymakers in the region. And especially one of our main objectives is to increase the level of qualification. And we believe the best way to do this is to have a dual education. So to combine the theoretical knowledge and the practical knowledge at the same time. We always try to identify the most urgent tasks and challenges for the small and medium-sized enterprises. How do we do that? Well, usually an SME owner is at one point facing a challenge. He has a problem and he needs a solution. In most cases, the creative owners can find their own solution. In other cases, they might have a consultant helping them. But if it's a more complex project and problem they are facing, they might go to the regional chamber and ask for advice. We ask all the chambers in the region to collect these challenges of their companies, and then we identify the most urgent tasks. We then work on the solution of these tasks, not on our own, but we have a lot of experts that we work together with, mostly from universities, and they create the solutions. And then this is very important. The solution is transferred not directly to the company, but to the regional chamber. Because we cannot deal with all SMEs, but it's very important that the regional chamber with the regional language and the regional culture is the one that is implementing the solution together with the company. And then the owner is hopefully very happy. And one of the challenges that have been identified in the last years is how to integrate the huge number of refugees and immigrants. And this is where the New Entrepreneur Project came in. In most European countries, there has been a huge number of immigrants and refugees that came to the country in the last years. And of course, it's not very easy to integrate them, but it's a very difficult but also very rewarding task. And we believe it has a high potential. Many refugees have a lot of work experience and they show profound and good entrepreneurial potential. So instead of starting a new education in the host country for 3 or 4 years, we thought it might be easier that they start their own business or take over an existing business so that they become an entrepreneur. And this is much easier to do, of course. And we believe it's a very interesting and very rewarding experience. That is why we developed the New Entrepreneur Project. When I say we, I mean mainly 2 institutions, the Hanse Parlament, the network of 55 chambers of commerce and crafts, and also the Baltic Sea Academy, which is a network of 20 universities that strongly cooperate in the Baltic Sea region. This is our main goal, to combine the 2 worlds, the academic world and the business world, and find best solutions for the small business owners in the region. We have partners all over the Baltic Sea region. So this is what the members look like, the member card, sorry. So the yellow dots are the universities and the purple dots are the SME promotion institutions like the Chambers of Commerce and Industry. All of these 78 institutions identified 3 major challenges that are to be overcome by the SMEs, by the small and medium-sized enterprises. And what are these 3 main challenges? Well, the first challenge is to overcome the large and growing shortage of skilled labor. 15 or maybe 20 years ago, in most European countries, the main economic challenge was the high level of unemployment. Now, this changed a lot in the last years. Today, the biggest problem is to find a skilled workforce. In many countries, we have a high level of unemployed academics, and at the same time, not enough people that are vocationally trained. And then we have the demographic challenge in all countries. So we don't have enough young people at all. So these 2 points, not having enough young people at all, because of the low birth rates in all European countries, and then not rightly qualified people, is one of the main challenges for the SMEs so that they can grow. The next big challenge number 2, is that we have to close the entrepreneurial gap and also secure the transfer of businesses. When we're talking about entrepreneurship education, most of the times it's about to start up your own business. But if you look at the numbers, we have many companies in all European countries that have owners that are 60 or 65 and they will retire very soon. And we need people to take over these running companies. And this is especially more important than starting your own company. And the European Commission identified that more jobs are lost in Europe due to failed shifts of businesses than jobs are created in new businesses. So we think it's very important to also have a look at the transfer of businesses and how to cope with the generation shift in the region. The next and third challenge is that we need to raise the level of skills and to strengthen the innovation. Our small and medium-sized companies cannot compete with the low labor cost countries, but we need to offer better products and better services. Our entrepreneurs need to be better qualified to be able to do this. They need to be innovative. And the question is how to help them to become this innovative. And actually, these 3 challenges fit quite well in the New Entrepreneur Project. Because the integration of a large number of refugees and immigrants is a very urgent, outstanding and challenging task, but also very rewarding. The refugees that came to our countries usually have a good basis of skills and good entrepreneurial potential and can be trained to become entrepreneurs in a rather short period. So it's much easier to help them to set up their own business or take over a running business instead of re-educating them for 3 or 4 years that are needed for qualification in the host country. So the New Entrepreneur Project set these 3 objectives: a fast integration of refugees into their working lives by training and promotion of entrepreneurship, to recruit additional target groups and increase the number of potential SME successors and founders, to improve the entrepreneurial skills to attract qualified entrepreneurs and ensure innovative success, and increase the number of SMEs and jobs. And I'm sure by now you wonder, how much of this did we achieve in this running project that is coming to an end in August 2020. And in today's Virtual Conference, we would like to give you the answers to that and show you the results. Please be reminded that you can find all the presentations below this video, but you can also find all the results of the project in the section results of the website. So today we start off with an introduction that is just happening. This will be followed by information about the attraction and qualification of refugees as successors by a German partner. Then we will talk about the competences of refugees and how these can be self-assessed and increased. The Austrian partners will give some information about the language training and individual coaching. And I believe this individual coaching of refugees as new entrepreneurs is one of the key stones of a successful entrepreneurship education of refugees. Then we share some information about the promotion and motivation of creativity of the new entrepreneurs. We share with you some models and experiences of successful training. We give you a report about the working with refugees and the prospects. We hear some implementation examples from Hungary. And last but not least, we have a section about the different innovative business transfer models that can be realized to help with the promotion of small and medium-sized enterprises and generation shifts. So I wish you a very successful virtual conference, and in the end of the session we have some time today to discuss your questions, so please do not forget to write down your questions and we'll be happy to answer them later in our interactive sessions. So talk to you soon, and thank you for listening to this introduction.